So the Silver State 300 2021 was both educational and inspirational for us.
First race was shock therapy and unveiling of the new geyser car.
It was a long drive, that's for sure.
All I need is just to live one last night. Tired of being in hell all alone. All I need is just to cross the red lights. What we need is just damage.
So to start the weekend, we went into Contingency and Tech in Vegas, and that went extremely smooth.
Just drove through super fast, got in and out.
Best in the desert, had plenty of people on staff to move us right through the line, and that was also refreshing because it was about 100 degrees that day.
Very excited about running the new car, hoping that it was going to do really good.
With a brand new car, usually Tech is tough, got some things that you forget, but the guys were spot on and we didn't have anything to worry about.
The morning of the race felt good. We had about 300 miles of testing on the car.
I had my brother, Jason Smith, in the right seat this race, and we hopped in the car, got in line, and we were there just in time because within 10 minutes we were off the line.
927 on the move.
So having run the 300 multiple times, we knew that the first 20 miles is going to be extremely silty, dusty, and fast. Also, the next 30 to 40 miles, a lot of forest, back and forth, graded roads. It's easy to blow a corner, hit a tree, and end your race. So our race strategy was to try and chill out for the first 40 or 50 miles, make it past that silty section that's high speed, make it past the forest section that can end your day, and kind of pick up the pace right around race mile 65 or 70.
Everything stays nice and cold right there. At 88 or 90, it gets a little warm.
When we started the race in the high-speed sections, we went for it right away, but we had some belt temps. Since the belt temps were climbing, we had to back off our speeds. Instead of going 95 plus, we were only doing 75 plus, trying to maintain belt temps, and that still didn't stop us from popping a belt.
Race mile 25, we heard that the car blew a belt, and I had an extra belt ready to throw in the car when they came by our pit.
Threw them a new belt at pit 3.
Paced ourselves to make sure that we didn't have any belt problems after that. So another issue that we had was our radio communication was very shoddy, and because of that, the team didn't know often what we were up to or the problems we were running into.
We had very little time to prepare for if there was any issues.
After race mile 65 in the forest section, we turned it up, passed a few people. About race mile 95, we lost all the rear brakes.
So at some point, a rock got caught between the rim and the brake caliper and knocking the banjo bolt off the brake line.
And they were able to shut the rear brakes off and keep going without addressing the issue.
If anytime you have to stop and we have half the braking pressure, then you really have to be careful. And I blew a couple of corners in the race because of that, and almost broke the car a couple times because of that. And we just basically tried to finish the race at that race mile 95 on and bring it home with a good test on the car at that point. Silver State's an awesome race, especially visually, terrain differences. You go from flat graded roads that are 90 to 100 miles an hour into really tight forest sections that are beautiful inside some nice canyons, and then out into the open desert again, back into sand washes, so it's got a little bit of everything.
45 left, 45. They got a mark for 90. All right, 30 right to a 45 left coming, 90 left. This is where I saw 3 people miss that, and they were over there. Oh, yeah, all of them, they were stacked on top of each other. Oh, damn, yep.
So when we came to the finish line, not only was that exciting to finish the race, but with the problems that we had and having to drive slow in the straightaways and having to drive slow in the tight stuff with brakes, we were excited just to finish. And because the tracker didn't work, we didn't know what position we were until we came up to the top of the podium, and they told us that we were 12th. Well, we were very excited with that. We had started 33rd, worked our way through the field, and with the problems we had, 12th, that's a home run. And we're very excited to run the car again at the very next race.
We'll be racing the Baja 500 in June.
It's going to be even more volunteer team heavy to try and make the 500 work, but we usually do really well there. We're hoping for a podium at least. As always, I want to thank the team. Without them, we can't do this. The guys that are in the shop full time, which is Tony and Jordan, and everybody that volunteers, thank you very much for being part of our team. As I said, we couldn't do it without you.
The clap, we got the clap.
What does that even do for you? We in the movie industry, Chase?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we here in Hollywood. You know,
Yeah.
Ow, dude, that hurts.
I do this thing like, I don't even realize I'm doing it, but I'm like slouching, and then I realize I'm slouching and I gotta sit back up again. Don't slouch. Okay, I'm gonna be risen.
Can you say synonym, Chase?
Jeff, I think there's a leak somewhere.
I'm looking for it. I think I found it.
All right.
Stick balls, dick dolls. Can you ask me these questions earlier, like think about it? Because like off the top of my head, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about.
What if I get a dry mouth?
Then we'll bring it back to you. The Silver State.
Right, can you repeat the question? Dude, that's a terrible question. Give me another one. That question didn't even make sense.
That's a tough question. Tony's right. Next question. That's a different question. You can't do that.
I was talking to other people. Next question. I wasn't there, dude.
Am I supposed to go now, or you're going to present the question?
Dude, I didn't know. I wasn't even there. By the time I walked up, the car was already done being inspected. Next.
I need a point. Do I get a?
Trying to like make my way back, and people are like, hey, how you doing? Nice car, dude. And like,
I feel like I have a lot more questions than my friend here.
he was there. I wasn't. I should have been there, but
What's going on in the race right now, Jason?
We have no idea.
And in theory, what's going to happen from here?
Radio the bed. We have no idea what's going on. We're on pit 7. Tracking's down.
A few things we could have done better is, got less speeding tickets.
Chase, where are we at? What are we doing? And how many tickets have you gotten today?
Silver State 300, filming the race, making happen, nailing the shot, money shots in my face. 2 tickets.
I don't want to stand up. Dude, my back is going to be like this. And be like, I don't even know my job description. Okay. Key to success, I don't know. Can you repeat the question? I forgot it.
Well, things were going pretty good until about halfway through the Flacco valve burst started smoking. The hydro pin spinner spun off the manifold drive. Tony couldn't hear, so then we lost all contact with the car.